Y'all, something about this moment in Paris didn't feel right. Not even a little. Cameras were flashing, the crowd was cheering, and on the surface it looked like just another glamorous night at the César Awards. But the second the cameras focused on Jim Carrey, millions of people watching around the world felt the exact same chill run down their spine. Because the man standing there didn't seem like Jim Carrey at all. His face looked different. His voice sounded unfamiliar. Even the way he moved felt strangely calculated, almost like someone trying very hard to imitate a person they had only studied from afar. Fans who had watched Jim for decades immediately started asking the same disturbing question: what exactly happened to him? And here's where the story gets even stranger. Because this isn't the first time something like this has happened. Just last year, people said the exact same thing about Kanye West after he disappeared from the public eye and suddenly returned, acting like a completely different person. So why does this pattern keep repeating? Why is it that every time a celebrity starts speaking openly about the darker side of Hollywood, they vanish for a while and then reappear changed? Which leads to the question no one in that room seemed willing to ask out loud. If that really was the Jim Carrey on stage in Paris, then why did it feel like someone else entirely?
Yeah, if they're telling you that there's no clones, the guy telling you is probably a clone. At this point, I have no doubt that they've made human clones. They've made dog clones. You can get your dog cloned. If your dog's gonna die, you can get the DNA from your dog, get a puppy, and it'll be eerily similar to your dog. They think including some personality traits, which is just very bizarre, very Pet Cemetery. Right. But if they can do that, why can't they do that to people?
Look, when someone confidently tells you cloning isn't real, some people would argue that the person saying it might already be part of the system. The idea sounds unbelievable, but the science behind cloning has existed for years. Scientists have successfully cloned animals, even dogs. If a pet owner loses a dog, labs can now use its DNA to create another puppy that looks almost identical. In some strange cases, people even claim the new animal shows hints of the original pet's personality. It sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, but the technology itself is real. And that raises an uncomfortable question people keep asking. If cloning animals is possible, what exactly stops the same technology from being used on humans? That question started spreading online again just days ago after Jim Carrey suddenly appeared at the César Awards in Paris. The appearance shocked fans because Jim had been completely absent from the public eye for months. In fact, this was the first confirmed public sighting of him since November of last year. But what really unsettled people wasn't just his return, it was how different he looked. Viewers immediately noticed changes in his expressions, his posture, even the way he spoke. His skin appeared unusually smooth. The wrinkles people were used to seeing seemed to have vanished, and some viewers swore that even the color of his eyes looked different. To many longtime fans, the man standing on that stage didn't quite resemble the Jim Carrey they remembered.
It's a wonderful feeling. I really took on a pretty big challenge trying to do my speech in French. So, I wrote it and I researched it and I practiced it like crazy. But, it's, then I watched everybody talking 1,000 miles an hour up there receiving their awards. And I was like, I'm dead.
It honestly feels amazing to be here, he said with a nervous laugh. I decided to take on a huge challenge and deliver my speech in French. I wrote it myself, studied it, practiced it endlessly, but then I watched everyone else fly through their speeches at lightning speed up there, and suddenly I thought, yeah, I'm finished. At first, some fans tried to explain the strange changes with a simple theory. Maybe Jim Carrey had cosmetic work done. After all, Hollywood is no stranger to plastic surgery. But that explanation quickly started falling apart. Surgery can alter a jawline or smooth out wrinkles, but it doesn't suddenly change the natural color of someone's eyes. And even if he had worn contact lenses or adjusted his appearance, many viewers noticed something deeper that felt off. The way he spoke, the rhythm of his voice, even his facial expressions felt unfamiliar. Longtime fans pointed out that for years Jim Carrey had been openly distancing himself from the entertainment industry. In multiple interviews, he spoke about feeling exhausted by Hollywood and hinted that he was preparing to walk away from acting altogether. He had even stopped showing up at major award ceremonies, once describing them as one of the most pointless traditions in the industry. That's why seeing him suddenly return to the spotlight smiling, praising the very world he once criticized, left many people deeply confused. Something about the situation simply didn't add up.
You need a date to the party? What's up?
No. I'm doing just fine. I just, there's no meaning to any of this. So I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join. And here I am.
They're
I
celebrating.
mean, you got to admit it's completely meaningless.
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating
Do you believe in
icons. Boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming, possibility that we could come up with. It's like icons. Do you believe in icons? I don't believe in personalities. I don't believe that you exist, but there is a wonderful fragrance in the air.
You don't believe certain icons have the power to make change, to think differently, to be bold, to inspire others? Artistry? You're one of them.
On the good foot. Ha! Yeah. You shut her down now. Yeah, no, I don't believe in icons. I don't believe in personalities. I believe that peace lies beyond personality, beyond invention and disguise, beyond the red S that you wear on your chest that makes bullets bounce off. I believe that it's deeper than that. I believe we're a field of energy dancing for itself. And I don't care.
But Jim, you got really dressed up for the occasion. You look good.
No, I didn't
that an
get dressed
accident?
up. I didn't get dressed up.
Who did?
There is no me.
There's no you.
No.
We're not here. This is...
On the red carpet, Jim Carrey once gave an interview that left reporters completely stunned. When someone casually asked him about the glamorous party atmosphere, Jim responded with a strange kind of calm honesty. He said there was no real meaning behind any of it. In fact, he admitted that he had purposely come to what he believed was the most meaningless event possible. While others called the night a celebration of icons, Jim openly questioned the entire idea. According to him, he didn't believe in icons at all. He didn't even believe in the concept of personalities. Jim explained that what people call identity is just a temporary mask. Something deeper exists beyond it. He described humanity as nothing more than energy, constantly moving and expressing itself. When the interviewer complimented how well he had dressed for the event, Jim dismissed it completely, saying the idea of him or them didn't even exist. To him, the entire situation felt more like a strange dream than reality. Now compare that philosophical, almost rebellious version of Jim Carrey to the man who appeared recently at the César Awards. To many viewers online, they didn't seem like the same person at all. Rumors quickly exploded across social media suggesting something far more bizarre, the possibility that Jim Carrey had somehow been replaced. For years, Jim had openly criticized the darker side of Hollywood, warning about disturbing behavior happening behind closed doors. After the arrest of Sean Combs, he even spoke about humiliation rituals, cult-like power structures, and toxic casting couch culture in the industry. But the version of Jim people saw recently sounded completely different, almost eager to praise the same world he once questioned.
Conspiracy theory about beloved Hollywood actor Jim Carrey right now because people are saying he's acting and looking very different. Did the Illuminati finally get their loudest whistleblower and clone him, thus silencing him? This is like two conspiracy theories in one, so here's everything you need to know.
I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower.
So yesterday, 64-year-old Jim Carrey received a César Award in Paris, which is like a French Oscar. And he was just suspiciously acting out of character for the iconic Jim Carrey personality. And longtime fans also noticed he looked younger or very different. And for a lot of actors in Hollywood, that's the norm. He's 64. I support people getting work done. But a lot of conspiracy theorists who are really just diehard fans say normally Jim Carrey would never do this. His whole brand is drastically changing his facial expressions and melding his face into whatever he needs to do for his role. It's just the last person you would ever expect to do that. But what's really freaking people out and driving home the conspiracy theory is that his eyes are a completely different color now. They are green, but they used to be very obviously brown. Is it him? Is someone new under the mask? And Jim Carrey is infamous for his whole career long time giving very powerful speeches against government corruption, against capitalism, against those in power.
Right now, a massive theory is spreading across the internet about beloved Hollywood star Jim Carrey. Viewers everywhere are asking the same unsettling question: why does he suddenly look and behave so different? Some people believe something far stranger may have happened. According to the growing theory online, powerful figures inside the entertainment world may have finally silenced one of their loudest critics. The claim sounds unbelievable, that Jim Carrey may have been replaced or cloned after speaking out for years. Two conspiracy theories suddenly collided, and the internet exploded. So, what exactly triggered all of this? Just recently, the 64-year-old actor appeared in Paris to receive an award at the César Awards, often described as the French equivalent of the Oscars. But instead of celebrating the moment, longtime fans immediately noticed something unusual. The Jim Carrey on stage didn't seem to carry the same unpredictable energy people had known for decades. Even his appearance looked strangely different. Some viewers even claimed he appeared younger. Now, of course, cosmetic procedures are common in Hollywood, especially for actors in their 60s. But critics of that explanation argue something deeper fell off. Jim Carrey built his entire career on extreme facial expressions and transforming his face for characters. Ironically, he's the last person many fans would expect to rely heavily on cosmetic adjustments. But the detail that truly pushed the conspiracy into overdrive was his eyes. In older interviews and films, Jim's eyes were clearly brown. During this appearance, however, many viewers insisted they appeared noticeably green. That detail alone triggered endless speculation. Was this really Jim Carrey, or someone playing the role? Throughout his career, Jim had become known for delivering bold speeches criticizing government corruption, powerful elites, and the darker side of capitalism. After clips of the recent appearance started spreading online, some fans even wondered if the man seen on stage could have been an impersonator or elaborate prank. But when the makeup artist Alexis Stone, who is famous for celebrity disguises, was rumored to be involved, he quickly denied it. Then fans remembered something Jim himself had admitted years earlier. In an older interview, Jim casually revealed that he sometimes used a body double to distract paparazzi, sending someone who looked like him in one direction while he quietly slipped away in another. That small detail suddenly made people look at the entire situation in a completely different way.
Talking about Jim's problem with the as he calls them, the stalkerazzi.
This is the
because
phrase that I coined.
They stalk you. He coined that. He came up with that.
Yeah.
So how do you handle it? What is the solution? Because a lot of folks would be interested in this. What do you do?
I've done this a few times now, and it's using a decoy.
I'm sorry, a decoy?
Using a decoy. It sounds so ridiculous, but it works like
a double.
It's fantastic.
Like a Jim Carrey double.
A Jim Carrey double.
Oh yeah, that's amazing.
So what I do is I send him off in one direction, sucks all the press in that direction, and I can just have my day. And
whatever you want to do.
Wherever I want, totally unmolested. It's fantastic.
Right.
And,
well, they say the best ideas are the simplest ones, and this really couldn't be more simple.
It really is amazing.
I'm sure it works.
In a past interview, Jim Carrey once joked about the problem he called the stalkerazzi, his own nickname for paparazzi, who constantly chased him. When asked how he managed to deal with them, Jim explained that he had developed a surprisingly simple trick. Instead of fighting the attention, he would sometimes send out a decoy. According to Jim, he had used a double before, someone who looked enough like him to distract the cameras. The idea was straightforward. Send the double one direction, let the media swarm that person, and meanwhile he could quietly move around without being followed. He laughed about how ridiculous it sounded, but insisted the method worked perfectly. But many people watching the recent footage don't believe what happened in Paris was just another harmless decoy situation. To them, the situation felt darker, almost unsettling. First, there was no sign anywhere of the real Jim Carrey appearing alongside this version. And second, the personality on display seemed to contradict everything Jim had previously stood for. In older interviews, Jim had openly criticized Hollywood and hinted that powerful forces were manipulating the industry from behind the scenes. Now suddenly he appeared enthusiastic about acting again and spoke warmly about the same system he once questioned. The confusion quickly spread across social media, drawing attention from other celebrities as well. Foxx even commented publicly online, writing that the entire situation was stressing her out and that she genuinely needed to know whether what people were seeing was real. Meanwhile, one viral post claimed something even more disturbing, suggesting that the original Jim Carrey had once spoken about peace, meditation, and revealing hidden truths, and that those beliefs might be exactly why he had supposedly been replaced.
Is that a gang sign? Have you,
oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
Well, you don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. Right? Yeah.
What is it?
Come on, Jimmy. Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking tongue.
Oh, I like it. You need to sprinkle.
It's the symbol of the all-mocking tongue. And I'm sick of it. I want everybody to be in on the joke, man. You know what I mean? For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on. You know, and they get out there in the woods in a circle naked and they decide these things and, you know, and you know, look at them trying to...
During one strange late-night interview, Jim Carrey suddenly pointed toward a hand gesture on stage and asked the host what it meant. The host laughed it off and acted confused, claiming he had no idea what Jim was talking about. Jim pushed further, insisting that everyone in entertainment knew exactly what the symbol represented. He mentioned other talk show figures like Jimmy Fallon and David Letterman, sarcastically suggesting that all of them pretending not to understand was part of the act. Then Jim's tone suddenly shifted. He said he was tired of secrets and lies and claimed he was there to expose what was really happening behind the scenes. According to him, the gesture represented a hidden symbol tied to powerful groups often associated with the Illuminati. Jim joked about it at first, but underneath the humor there was a clear frustration. He suggested that television hosts, comedians, and sitcom stars were often used to keep audiences distracted, making people laugh, keeping them entertained, and preventing them from questioning what might actually be happening behind the curtain of the industry. For some viewers, the comments sounded like wild satire. For others, it felt like something much more serious. And this is where the theory surrounding Kanye West begins to overlap. Because Kanye once made a very similar warning. In interviews before his own disappearance from the public spotlight, he suggested that if he ever vanished and returned acting or looking completely different, people should question whether it was really him. Strangely enough, when Kanye later came back into the spotlight, many fans began saying the exact same thing. According to those who believe the pattern, the process always looks the same. A celebrity grows frustrated with fame, begins speaking openly about what happens behind closed doors, then suddenly disappears for a while. Months later, they return, but something about them feels different.
Like, we're gonna take your money, we're gonna block you, we're gonna do this, we're gonna take your life. Like a lot of, my life has been through. I wake up every day just surprised to be alive. Like, because of how many threats I got from political to, you know, Twitter commentary to all that, just like going through, just to be like, boom, I'm exposed. Because the first step to cleaning up something is like, people be like, man, there's some smell, it just smell like that. It's like, have you checked under that couch? But nobody want to lift up that couch. And if you go to lift up the couch, the whole industry is like, stay away from that couch. Yeah.
We found out that my trainer was a MK Ultra Canadian intelligence.
He worked in the defense research and development in the Canadian military, essentially working on psyops
Who's this
in the
guy?
Canadian military. This is Harley Pasternak.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, look, they tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And they when I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears you. I mean, look at
they would have Michael Jackson
or worse, yeah.
So
In one tense interview, Kanye West described the kind of pressure he believed he was facing behind the scenes. He claimed powerful people had warned him that if he kept speaking out, they could freeze his money, shut down his platforms, and completely destroy his reputation. According to Kanye, the threats came from everywhere: political circles, social media backlash, and constant public scrutiny. He said there were days he woke up surprised he was still alive after everything that had happened. Kanye explained his mindset with a simple analogy. If a room smells strange, the first thing someone should do is check under the couch to find the source. But in his view, the moment anyone tried to lift the couch and expose what was hidden underneath, the entire industry would immediately tell them to back away. At one point, he even made the shocking claim that a trainer working with him had connections to intelligence programs and military research. Kanye suggested that people around him had attempted to push heavy medication onto him, saying he was misdiagnosed and pressured to take large amounts of lithium. He refused, arguing that if he had accepted those medications, he believed his career, and possibly his life, would have ended very differently. Supporters of Kanye pointed out that other stars had faced similar treatment in the past, mentioning figures like Britney Spears and Michael Jackson as examples of artists who struggled under intense public control. Then came the period when Kanye disappeared from public view. When he eventually returned, fans noticed a dramatic shift in his behavior, especially during his controversial relationship with Bianca Censori. Online speculation exploded, with some people claiming that whoever had once admired Kanye for his outspoken views was now being portrayed across the media as unstable. To many observers, the transformation was striking. The same person once praised for his bold thinking and cultural influence was suddenly being dismissed everywhere as simply another celebrity who had lost control.
The phony would clone me. Just watch how they cloned me. Hey, look at me, saw me.
I was Ye, and then they started making more Ye's.
I think Kanye is a clone. I wholeheartedly believe what I'm about to say. I think there are clones, and I'm going to tell you why. Remember, he was really talking a lot. The cabal didn't like that, you know? The Illuminati, the cabal, they did not like how much he was saying. He was calling a lot of people out, and he said, if I go away and I come back and I look different, that is not me.
If I ever went anywhere, we know why.
What the happened? He was gone.
He did that because he wanted to gain weight. I would do that too. I'm going to do that next summer.
Look at him. Compare old photos of him. It's not the same person. It's not. Don't cancel me, Hollywood.
How do you think that these people would hide that, Kristen? If somebody tried to clone you, I would scream it from the top of the mountains like that's not Kristen.
You literally will get...
Oh my goodness gracious.
I believe this with every ounce.
At one point, Kanye West himself even joked about the idea of being replaced. In a strange moment caught on camera, he hinted that if anyone ever saw a version of him that didn't seem real, people should pay attention. He said if he ever disappeared and returned looking or acting differently, something bigger might be going on. Comments like that were once brushed off as Kanye being dramatic. But later, when he suddenly vanished from the spotlight and reappeared months later, many fans began remembering those exact words. Some people online now claim that during the time Kanye was speaking openly about powerful figures in entertainment, he was calling out groups he believed controlled the industry. According to these theories, those powerful circles didn't like the attention he was bringing. Supporters point to the way Kanye once warned that if he ever went missing and came back acting different, it shouldn't simply be ignored. When he eventually returned, fans began comparing new photos and interviews with older footage. To them, something didn't quite match. The internet quickly filled with speculation and endless side-by-side comparisons, with people arguing over whether the differences were real or just the result of time and stress. But what many viewers found most surprising was the sudden change in Kanye's stance on medication. In earlier interviews, Kanye had strongly resisted the idea of being medicated, claiming people around him were trying to silence him. He once said he would rather risk everything than allow himself to be controlled that way. Yet later reports suggested he had agreed to return to treatment and even apologized publicly to members of the industry he had previously criticized. For fans who had followed Kanye's outspoken personality for years, the shift felt completely unexpected. Some supporters began insisting the person they were now seeing wasn't the same outspoken figure they once admired. One viral comment even claimed the Kanye appearing in public today felt like a completely different version of the man who once dominated headlines and controversy.
I would rather be dead, not in jail, because I'd rather be dead than to be on medication. No one from the family has taken any responsibility for my hospital visit, but if it were to go on mine, that's 50% of what people say at least, or maybe am I lying?
It doesn't matter.
Am I lying? It do matter! It does matter! It does matter!
I mean, normally you just said, you know.
I have to finish the sentence.
It does matter!
It matters to us and you. It doesn't matter what the internet says. It matters what we think. Yay.
So what do you think? Did you have an effect on my mental health?
Yes. 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 I'm saying yes. And I love you. I love you. I don't want you to be not perfect. I love you. And I want my daughter to love you the way you want her to love you.
At one emotional moment, Kanye West spoke passionately about the pressure surrounding his mental health. He insisted he would rather face almost anything than be forced into medication he didn't believe he needed. Kanye said people constantly debated his condition online, arguing about what was happening to him without understanding the reality he was experiencing. He questioned whether the internet's opinions mattered more than the voices of the people closest to him. During the exchange, someone close to him reassured him that he was loved and supported, emphasizing that what truly mattered was how the people around him saw him, not what strangers were saying across social media. But for fans who follow celebrity controversies closely, moments like that only added fuel to a much larger theory. Some people claim that cloning, or at least replacing influential figures, is an open secret inside the entertainment world. According to that belief, whenever a celebrity grows too powerful or starts challenging the system that made them famous, they suddenly disappear for a while and eventually return appearing noticeably different. The theory doesn't stop with Kanye. Supporters of the idea have even started pointing towards Sean Combs. Online speculation suggests that the person currently serving time in prison might not actually be the same Diddy seen in older photographs. Some internet investigators claim that when they compared public images of him with pictures reportedly taken inside the Federal Correctional Institution Fort Dix, the bone structure of the person in custody appeared noticeably different.
Apparently there's this thing spreading around where people are saying that the person that's actually in jail is not the real Diddy. Let me catch you up to speed. This is a real photo of Diddy. Notice the markings on his face. They're very prominent, and they are from the real Diddy. However, in this mugshot right here, you do not see these markings at all. So people are claiming that whoever is in jail, allegedly, supposedly, is not the real Diddy. This photo always terrified me. There's just something off about this photo. To make matters even more weird, Diddy's private jet is still flying around as we speak and making stops in various locations around the world. Just a few days ago, his private jet was spotted at Auckland Airport, a spot normally reserved for private aircraft. This is from the account Celebrity Jets. They're actually tracking P. Diddy's private jet flight path. And this is when it was landing at New Zealand. And 2 days ago, it was at Honolulu, Hawaii. This is the actual private jet that Diddy owned. And you can see him getting off this private jet.
Another rumor spreading online claims that Sean Combs might have been replaced by a clone. According to people pushing this theory, the man currently sitting in jail may not actually be the real Diddy at all. Supporters of the claim point to old photographs of him, highlighting the distinct markings and features on his face that longtime fans recognize. But when they compare those images to the mugshot released after his arrest, they insist something looks different. In that booking photo, they argue those familiar facial markings appear far less noticeable, which has led some internet investigators to speculate that the person in custody might not be the same individual. For some viewers, the image itself felt unsettling, with people claiming there was something strangely unfamiliar about the face staring back from the photograph. Things became even more mysterious when flight trackers began noticing movement connected to Diddy's private jet. According to public flight data shared by the account Celebrity Jets, the aircraft believed to belong to Diddy continued traveling around the world. At one point, it was reportedly spotted landing near Auckland Airport, an area typically used by private aircraft. Just days earlier, the same plane had reportedly appeared near Daniel K. Inouye International Airport. The jet had long been associated with Diddy, and footage exists showing him stepping off that exact aircraft in the past. Because of that, some people began asking a strange question. If Diddy was truly behind bars, why did his plane still appear to be moving around the globe? According to flight records circulating online, on the same day Diddy was arrested, his private aircraft was reportedly traveling toward the Caribbean. That moment, some claim, was the last time he had been seen publicly before rumors about a possible replacement began spreading. Podcaster Joe Rogan has also discussed theories about elites using advanced technology to manipulate public figures. Considering how powerful and successful Diddy once was in the entertainment world, some conspiracy believers now wonder whether the person serving his sentence might actually be someone else entirely, while the real figure remains somewhere out of sight.
Explosive documentary is Combs' longtime rival, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, and director Alexandria Stapleton.
How did you get that footage of Diddy?
I figured most journalists would not disclose their sources.
The recordings give viewers an intimate look at Combs' mindset ahead of his criminal trial, even conversations with his legal team.
Does he know y'all have this in the doc?
I would doubt,
So when this airs, that'll be the first time that his legal team, Diddy, that everybody knows that this footage is now seeing the light of day.
Perhaps.
What was he intending to use it for?
I have no idea what he was doing that for.
I mean, you're talking about a man who films himself doing everything and has for decades. I think he wanted someone to be behind the scenes with him.
Combs' team firing back in a statement to NBC News today, saying the Netflix so-called documentary is a shameful hit piece and that they relied on stolen footage that was never authorized for release. His team sending a cease and desist to Netflix. Netflix referring NBC News to a statement from Stapleton in which she said they lawfully obtained.
The situation became even more intense when a controversial documentary project began circulating. The film reportedly involved Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, a longtime rival of Sean Combs, working alongside director Alexandria Stapleton. According to reports, the documentary includes private footage that allegedly shows Diddy in moments leading up to his legal troubles. When asked how they managed to obtain such recordings, the response was vague. The filmmakers suggested that most journalists never reveal their sources, leaving the origin of the material unclear. The footage itself is said to offer a rare look into Diddy's mindset during the tense period before his criminal case, even capturing discussions between him and members of his legal team. When questioned about whether Diddy was aware that these recordings would appear in the film, the creators admitted they doubted he knew. If the documentary were to release publicly, it might be the first time both Diddy and his lawyers discover that the material has surfaced. Naturally, Diddy's team pushed back strongly. In a statement sent to NBC News, his representatives described the project as a damaging hit piece built on footage that was never approved for public release. They reportedly sent legal warnings to Netflix, accusing the filmmakers of using stolen material. In response, the streaming company pointed reporters back to Stapleton's statement claiming the recordings were obtained through legitimate means. Meanwhile, comedian Cat Williams added even more fuel to the ongoing speculation. Williams openly joked about the cloning theory surrounding Jamie Foxx, claiming that if a clone existed, it had already made mistakes. According to him, the version of Jamie people saw had noticeable freckles that the real Jamie Foxx never had, and he even pointed out the absence of a tattoo normally found on the back of Foxx's head. Williams ended his comments by hinting that the real Jamie Foxx had once been connected to gatherings involving Diddy, adding yet another strange layer to the story.
Foxx ain't shit. That nigga gonna make you watch his funeral. Nigga televised his funeral. He ain't even dead. He was just up there. Let me be specific. Anything I say tonight is allegedly, bitch. I don't know shit. I just live here talking. I love Jamie Foxx. Let me say that. I love Jamie Foxx. But his clone. His clone ain't shit. His clone kept on messing up. The clone showed up with a face full of freckles. We ain't never even seen Jamie Foxx with freckles. This clone is stupid as hell. The clone didn't even have a tattoo on the back of his head. I couldn't believe it. I watched the whole thing twice. I still don't know what had happened was. I did the story with, and somebody gave me an aspirin, and 21 days later, wait a minute, what? That sounds like somebody gave you a dick. You got to be more specific, sir. I'm scared of all this. And they don't invite me nowhere because they know what the f is up. I want to see the shenanigans, my nigga, but I do not want to participate. This is when I knew I was gonna fuck with Jamie. This was having butt-naked basketball parties. And I love basketball. But I don't love basketball like that, bitch.
Jamie Foxx ain't a nigga going to make you watch his funeral. Nigga televised his funeral. He ain't even dead. He was just up there. Let me be specific. Anything I say tonight is allegedly, bitch. I don't know shit how they can be here talking I love Jamie Foxx. Let me say that I love Jamie Foxx, but his mother clone, his clone ain't his clone, kept on messing up. The clone showed up with a face full of freckles. We ain't never even seen Jamie Foxx with freckles. Clone is stupid as hell. The clone didn't even have a tattoo on the back of his head. I couldn't believe it. I watched the whole thing twice. I still don't know what that happened was that I did the story with and somebody gave me an aspirin and 21 days later. Wait a minute, what that sound like? Somebody gave you a dick. You got to be more specific, sir. I'm scared all that. And they don't invite me nowhere cause they know what the is up. I want to see the shenanigans, my nigga, but I do not want to participate this when I knew I couldn't fuck with Jamie. This was having but naked basketball parties, and I love basketball, but I don't love basketball like that. Rumors of a Jamie Foxx clone being used first came out after Jamie Foxx disappeared following an unknown health issue. To this day, Jamie has never revealed what the health issue actually was and why he needed to stay away from the public. At the same time, the timing of Jamie's disappearance lining up perfectly with the day that Diddy got arrested is also suspicious. Jamie Foxx gets sick after Diddy gets arrested and comes out after Diddy is sentenced. Is that really just a coincidence?
You motherfuckers really thought I was a clone. Listen, I was having dinner at some eatery in Vegas, and I walk out, and my daughter's behind me, and she overheard the dude go, "That ain't that. That's a clone. Nigga Diddy got that nigga. That's a clone. That ain't Jamie Foxx. Look at that nigga, man. That ain't him." But I gotta tell you this, Atlanta, you can't clone this. I brought you too much original shit. It ain't enough clone juice in the world to clone me. I brought you this. Hey, for real though, I'll rock your world.
At one point, Jamie Foxx even joked directly about the rumors that had been spreading online. During a live moment with the crowd, he addressed the clone theory head-on, laughing about how some people truly believed the person standing in front of them wasn't real. Foxx recalled a strange moment in Las Vegas when he was leaving a restaurant with his daughter. As they walked outside, someone nearby pointed at him and confidently told others that the man they were seeing wasn't actually Jamie Foxx at all, claiming it was just a clone. Foxx said the accusation was so bizarre he couldn't help but laugh. People were insisting that someone else had replaced him, even suggesting powerful figures like Sean Combs were somehow involved. But Foxx brushed the idea aside in his usual humorous style. He told the audience that whatever people believed, there wasn't enough clone juice in the world to recreate what made him original. According to him, the personality, energy, and creativity he brought to the stage simply couldn't be copied. Still, the rumors haven't disappeared. So now the question is yours to answer. Do you think these stories are just internet speculation and wild imagination, or could there actually be something strange happening behind the scenes in Hollywood? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you made it this far, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next story.